And so now I'm really sweating, and people are starting to ask questions. And I'm starting to tell people, dude, I can't find my SD card.
Oh, no.
I don't know where it is. And the bride and her bridesmaids are starting to walk up now.
No.
So I'm like, shit, what do I do? I really don't know what to do. I'm like looking everywhere. I'm looking in the gravel, in the grass now, because I crossed a gravel parking lot, a big grassy field.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere.
You're saying fuck it.
Yeah.
Lights, camera, action.
UPS, you piece of shit.
I was like, you know what I want to do one day? I want to join a gang.
We're in 2022. Upgrade the cameras.
Yeah.
We can see Saturn and shit, but like I can't get a clear picture of someone robbing the gas station.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
It's just things just happen, malfunctions.
Yes. I had a nightmarish wedding that I filmed one time, and it was kind of just the epitome of everything that can go wrong will.
Yeah.
And one of the things was an audio issue, and it was a friend of mine, and he hired me to do video for the whole thing.
Right.
It was just me though. Someone else was taking pictures, but he was like, if you could, on the morning of like all of the bridesmaids and the bride will be getting ready.
Right.
If you could go capture some of that stuff. And I was asking him like key points that he wants me to make sure that I get.
You sure?
And he was like, there was this one, and the most important one that I really want you to get is when she reads the vows that I wrote for her.
Okay.
She's going to read those out loud to herself, like there while they're getting ready. Mm-hmm. So I said, sure. So I was getting B-roll, all that stuff, threw my microphone on, recorded her saying her stuff. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't till later that I realized something literally only in that section, only in the most important section that he told me about.
Wow.
There was some interference with the microphone. So while she's talking, there's like I don't even know how to explain it, just a sound like like the whole time that she's speaking. And I was like, man, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Now, if this is a horror film,
yeah,
something's interfering with that.
Something's telling you something about this marriage.
Cursed marriage.
Yeah.
No, it's your friend, so I feel bad because that was my first thought. But then I was like, that's not nice to say.
Well, I don't know what, it just sucks.
Yeah.
That like literally the rest of the night I had the microphone, nothing.
Perfect.
Nothing. Only in the most important thing, only in the one section that he really, really wanted and cared about.
Right.
And what's awful about that is no matter which way you slice it, it makes me look bad.
Sure.
But it was completely out of my control.
Right.
And I'm convinced that, actually I'm not convinced. I don't know what they think because they never said.
Right.
They never said, like, hey, what happened here?
Really?
Yeah.
That would give me a lot of anxiety.
Which part?
Yeah, I'm certain that it seems like there's a tinge of anxiety, but the fact that it's never been addressed makes it even worse.
Yeah, you're kind of like, so
Yeah.
did they not notice?
You're like, hey, yell at me, do something, call me a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm terrible.
Another theory Matt and I have, and we've had this theory for a while, is that Canons and Sonys don't agree with each other.
Sure.
So while I'm recording with a Sony, the girl who was there taking pictures with the Canon, we have this theory that they just send out EMP frequencies to fuck with Sony, because it's not the first time something like that has gone weird where we're like, why? What? Was a Canon in the room?
Sure.
Crazy theory. Probably the least likely of the two.
I don't know.
I
feel like there's things like that, right? I don't know. This isn't exactly the same, but we've seen in the past, like when the new iPhone would come out, the past iPhone would get slower.
Yeah.
Noticeably.
No. Yep.
And I used to think I was, I didn't think I was crazy, but I just didn't know everyone else was having the same experience.
That's a great example of something that was a conspiracy theory.
Yes.
People are like, oh, you're just fucking crazy. You're overthinking it. And then it came out as true. Apple was like, yeah, we do slow your phone down. We do drain your battery more. And then they stopped doing it. But
psychotic.
It's only conspiracy till proven true. You're only crazy until proven not crazy.
Whoa. Very well said.
Thank you.
No, it's yeah, that's a thing. You know, it's things like that make me think that your theory is not so far-fetched.
Competing camera companies?
Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Like, hey, their image quality and their audio is always bad. Come use our stuff instead.
Yep. On purpose.
Yeah.
When exactly? And then you go to the person with the Canon, because they had the Canon, right?
Yeah.
And you go, hey, did anything? And they go, no. Maybe you should get a Canon.
Right.
And you go, wow.
Maybe I should get a Canon.
Yeah. And then they go back. They put their black sunglasses on, jump back into their black van. And then later on, the people at the wedding, they're going, hey, who was that?
Yeah.
Who else was there taking pictures? None of us know that person.
Yeah. Wait, who was that?
Yeah.
There was someone. I thought you were taking pictures.
Right.
And I'm like, I know.
The Canon.
I have to go get a Canon now.
Yep.
And just leave the wedding altogether.
Exactly. So that's probably what happened.
And that wasn't even the worst of it. Imagine that not being the worst of it.
What the fuck was the worst of it?
The worst of it was, I had filled up. This part was partially my fault in terms of prep.
Sure.
I had one SD card that was available to do this stuff, and the other ones kind of had some stuff on them already that I hadn't offloaded.
Right.
So I had this SD card and it filled up pretty quickly with all the getting ready stuff. And then also like the first looks, like they went out to this desert area, got first looks. I was recording that. It's the first time he saw her in the wedding dress. All that. So I needed to offload the footage, but we had to go. Like we were on a schedule. We had to go. We were already kind of running behind to the venue so they could get married. So we had to stop by the best man's apartment to get his laptop so that I could use that to put stuff on my hard drive.
Wow.
Now, the problem with this guy's laptop, it's a MacBook, but it was old. And so it had some of the old MacBook kinks, right? This one it had to be plugged in. No matter what the battery amount said, it had to be plugged in, or the second you unplugged it, it died. And
I remember that one.
Yes. So we couldn't, it was going to take like 15 or 20 minutes to offload all the footage. We couldn't sit in his apartment and do that. We had to go. So luckily I had this car adapter that you plug into the cigarette lighter thing.
Yeah.
That has like an outlet, like for a wall.
Okay.
So I plugged that in. We got his laptop, plugged that into the thing. It powered on. I had my friend in the passenger seat offloading the footage for me.
Wow.
Got the SD card. We showed up at the venue. We're hustling, we're bustling. I'm grabbing my gear. They're like, can you guys hurry? We got a
wedding to go to.
Yeah, we got a wedding to go to. And so I'm grabbing all the stuff. I hustle over there, pull out the camera. The SD card's not in the camera. Oh, it must be in my pocket. Checking all my pockets. It's not in there either. Now I'm like starting to freak out. Oh my God, where is it? I'm looking through my camera bag. I'm digging everything up. I'm like, shit. I go back to my car. I check the passenger seat, the driver's seat, under the seat, in between the seats, back seat, trunk, everything. And I cannot find it. I don't know where it is. And so now I'm really sweating, and people are starting to ask questions. And I'm starting to tell people, dude, I can't find my SD card.
Oh, no.
I don't know where it is. And the bride and her bridesmaids are starting to walk up now.
No.
So I'm like, shit, what do I do? I really don't know what to do. I'm like looking everywhere. I'm looking in the gravel, in the grass now, because I crossed a gravel parking lot, a big grassy field.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere.
You're saying fuck it.
Yeah. All I know is that it was in the car when we got there, and now it's not.
Yeah.
So I had to go and throw in an SD card that had other stuff on it.
Oh, no.
Still, just so I could. If you watch the video too and listen to the audio, I'm like out of breath as I threw it in there, and right as they're walking up, I'm like still zooming in. I'm like shaking. I'm like trying to stabilize, and like I filmed the wedding. And then everyone was like, okay, we got to go get to the venue, and they wanted me to be there to capture everyone coming out to like their song, because everyone gets introduced and they go sit at the big bride and groom's table.
Right.
So I had to be there to capture that. So everyone starts leaving. I'm still like, where's that SD card?
You're in the middle of yet still. They're having the happiest day of their life. You're having the worst day of your life.
Absolute worst, dude.
Yeah.
Absolute worst. And I'm by myself. I don't have an assistant. I don't have any extra help.
Yep.
And my friends can't stay and help me really because they're part of the wedding. So they have to go and be there too.
They got to go wedding it up.
Yeah. So there were a few people who did kind of stay behind to help scan, like the groom's, my friend. His dad was like scanning the grass. Everyone was like helping. But eventually they got to that point where they're like, we got to go. Sorry.
Right.
So everyone left and I'm by myself in this field just looking for a little tiny ass SD card in a field of grass and gravel.
Yep.
And I'm like looking and I'm really like about to have a meltdown. And the park rangers, I don't know what they were, employees of this plot of land,
Yeah.
pull up and they're like, you good? As they were like shutting it down. They had to
Yeah.
go close the gates.
Yeah.
And I said, I lost an SD card and I can't find it. I think it fell out somewhere. And thank the heavens, whatever higher power you believe in or don't believe in, man, this guy got out of his truck and within 2 minutes, he's like, is this it? And he found it in the gravel by the little like cement blocks for parking spaces.
What?
And I was like, oh, bless, thank you. Blew the dust off, threw all my stuff in my car, sped across town.
Wow.
Tokyo drifted into the parking lot at this church reception place,
Yeah.
hopped out of the motherfucking Porsche, ran into the building, did slide cancel maneuver, whipped
Yes.
my camera out. And again, I'm out of breath. And right as I got there, they're starting to come out. So I'm like, getting my settings right. And then I'm like, and I barely got them coming in.
Wow.
It was like I earned my keep that day, dude. I was sweating my ass off. I was hustling.
You earn your stripes.
Yeah.
Adventures in film videography.
Yep. That is, you get a patch for that one.
That sounds like the real deal right there. That's it.
Yeah.
People don't understand what people go through to capture your moments. Okay? You ask someone to capture your moment, you maybe ask them how they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? No, that's insane. That's like amazing, actually. It's an amazing story.
I've had so many nightmares like that, man. I got a bunch if y'all want to hear them. They're just horrible.
I love it.
Horrible times.
So that's what you get, because I haven't had work nightmares because I haven't worked at a job in a while that would induce work nightmares, which is surprising because I work at a rehab.
Yeah.
And, I'm surprised I never have a dream where I'm just like, I go to work and there's just a bunch of people overdosed on the ground.
Oh, you're like that vision that Tony Stark gets in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Like the Tony Stark vision in Age of Ultron. I'm just like, the Scarlet Witch just twiddles my brain and I just see a bunch of fucking of Albuquerque's youth just strung out, fucking dead.
Yeah.
So, but when I was serving tables, when I used to work in restaurants,
That's a nightmare place, man.
those were the Bear,
Yes, which I started watching, by the way.
Ooh.
I'm on episode 4, maybe 4 or 5.
There's wow. You're gonna, okay, I see what you're saying. Like you finished episode 4, maybe?
Don't quote me.
That's all right.
Let me try to remember the last thing. I know that the brother, the asshole brother, went with the new hire girl to get stuff to patch up the restaurant.
Yep.
So they had that moment, but then I watched another episode after that where
It wasn't the one shot then,
the one shot.
because you would remember the one shot.
Okay.
To me, it's the greatest episode. So that's probably the next episode you can watch.
Yeah.
The one shot, dude.
The one shot.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah, like the Bear.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad you're watching. And those used to be the nightmares, the work nightmares. It would be, since I was a server, it would be like the restaurant is getting full and I'm trying to get all these orders. And then I go in the back.
Yeah.
No cooks.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, oh, what are we gonna do?
And you're in your underwear.
And you're in your chonies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
What is a good like filmmaking nightmare that you've had?
Boy, how about we weren't recording on that take?
Yeah.
How about the lens cap was on?
Yep.
How about the files are corrupted?
Yep.
Yep. How about it was out of focus?
All of those?
All of those. And those are also like real. I've lived at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I've actually had like nightmares, asleep and have a nightmare about film. Because I think you've lived them.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you live them. You don't dream them. You live them.
Right.
Yeah. Or I think maybe like running late.
Right. Right.
Running late for sure to a set is like, they're like on military time over there, man.
Yeah.
Like you think the military is strict on showing up on time? Mm-hmm. And they are, but movie sets operate very much the same way.
In one of my film classes, I believe I learned, you remember this, that the structure of a film crew is based on military structure.
Oh, maybe.
I
don't think I was taught that, but
I think it was something about, because the film crews used to be, I think, people from the military. Like I think a lot of military people used to be in film crews, like Navy or something like that. I don't know. I might not have my facts straight, but I remember, and I feel like that's where that hierarchy chain of command kind of came from.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that being the inspiration for a lot of structure, because they have it figured out.
They got it.
That's for sure. They're doing something right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this is how we segue into talking about the war on Ukraine. And,
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Which I'm like, is it still happening? I don't even know.
The topics get dropped like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, the topics get dropped. For a while, we have not addressed, and rightfully so, because we only address these things satirically because we hate it.
Yeah.
That Pete Davidson and Kim K broke up.
Oh, yeah. We completely glossed over that.
We completely glossed over that because this was something that had our infatuation at one point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a really good point, actually. I guess we should address it.
Are you surprised?
No.
Did you think they were a match made in heaven?
No.
Gonna be together forever. You'll be doing videos at their wedding.
I don't. Yeah, I'll be losing SD cards at their wedding. No, I don't know anyone who saw them as a couple and thought, this is it. They found the one.
No,
I don't. I'm honestly surprised Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian tied the knot.
Right.
I really am.
Right. It's just, first of all, wonder who. Well, they were placing bets actually on who Kim Kardashian gets with next.
Oh, that's good.
This was something you could put money on in Vegas.
I'll put a bet out to the viewers right now.
Yeah.
If the next person she dates is not a rapper or an athlete, I will stop doing the podcast.
There you go.
We'll shut it down right now.
This is huge.
Yeah.
But here's going to be something. This is something I think maybe you make that a light promise.
Okay.
Because I'm getting this feeling, and this has become fucking the TMZ podcast all of a sudden.
Right.
I'm getting this feeling that she's going to be in her era of she dates someone super wealthy but not in the spotlight. So she's going to be with like a Saudi prince or some shit.
Ooh.
You know, or like royalty. Like some sort of royalty. Like when Rihanna, she was with some sort of royalty. I don't know from where. Wow. Bangladesh, potentially, or some sort of fucking place that I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Kim K is at her time. And now because she's getting into this lawyerly stuff, she's going to become a delegate. Her other mom is going to be the president of the United States at some point, Caitlyn Jenner.
Right.
This family, I think they're ready for next steps. I think it's time to stop. They have the entertainment on lock.
They got it.
But I think it's time. They're going to start digging into social aspects, law, order, politics. This is the next step for the Kardashians. You heard it here first, folks.
And they already had a little bit of a foot in law.
Yeah.
With Rob Kardashian. R.I.P.
Now, this theory gets the rug gets pulled out from under it when Kim Kardashian's saying stupid fucking things like, I want to be in the MCU, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Dude, okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
If Kim K ever shows up in the MCU, I'm switching to DC. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
If you, Kevin Feige, somehow listen to this podcast and you want to tank all the work that you guys have done for however long, 10 plus years, and you want to end up where DC is currently, put a Kardashian in your movie.
Go ahead. I mean, what would she even be?
Dude.
She said this, I swear. This is why I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to help the Kardashians. I'm saying, level up. Stop playing small ball. Start fucking around with Saudi princes.
Yeah, read those emails that say, hey, I'm a Saudi prince. Can you send me $1 million? I'm trapped in Princess Peach's castle or whatever they are.
Look into that.
Yeah.
And then Kim K says, I'd like to be in the MCU. After Megan Thee Stallion twerks her ass with She-Hulk.
Right.
Which is just fun. It's fun, but it's not Kim K doing that.
No.
We got a problem.
I don't even know where to begin with all the stuff that you've said.
I've said a lot of stuff.
And they're all like just...
I'm overwhelming you.
Deflating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kim K in the MCU should not happen ever. It just shouldn't happen. Ever. Please don't make that happen. Not now, not ever, never happen. Please.
I love to bring you news like this. It's fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It completely disorients the rest of my day.
Yep.
What I was going to say earlier is they're kind of like the movie Parasite.
Yeah.
If you've seen Parasite.
Of course.
So, spoiler alert, the movie is like this family who's poor, which the Kardashians are not poor.
No.
But the idea of the way that they one by one infiltrate this other family and take over their life.
Yes.
A similar thing might be happening with the Kardashians one by one infiltrating just the United States.
Yep.
And taking it over a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
They're a parasite.
Absolutely. This is the long game. It starts with as being Paris Hilton's assistant.
Yep.
And it ends with a one world government and a one world currency and the hills of Hollywood burning in flames, where they bring the sacrifices and offer them the below.
So Pete and Kim. Skeet. I don't really know. You know, with how much the Kardashians are down our throats.
Yeah.
And are at every corner we turn. I don't know a whole lot about that situation.
Yeah, I don't know either, honestly. It's one of those things. It came across the timeline.
Yeah.
And it left. And I don't think, Kanye's been going off again. But it's not that fun.
No.
It's not as fun as when the Pete stuff was happening. Kanye's going off about some guy from Adidas stealing his ideas. He made one comment about Pete and said something about, like, do you enjoy the tattoo you got of my kids' names now that he's not with them anymore? It's not as juicy, though. It's not as fun. Yeah,
maybe it's because we don't have the joy of Super Bowl also happening.
That was happening too.
It was like on Super Bowl Sunday, he's just popping off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Now, speaking of drama and what's been coming up on the timeline, Are you in the zeitgeist of the off-scenes drama of the movie Don't Worry, Darling?
I am, and I've been debating talking about this.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of people are like, "Who stop fucking talking about it and spreading rumors."
No, keep doing that.
But it looks uncomfortable.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to spread rumors.
That's what we do here. We just spread rumors here.
I want that.
Yeah.
Where are how how deep are you into this?
I'm not too deep. I know obviously there's a lot of drama between Miss Wilde and Miss Pugh. Wonderful actress.
Yeah, oh gosh. One of a kind.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of drama between them. Mm-hmm. The most recent thing I saw was this thing everyone's talking about with Harry Styles supposedly spitting on Chris Pine.
The spit gate.
Spitgate, just add gate to something, and that's what.
It's true.
True.
It's true.
So I don't know about that. I know a lot of people have addressed it and said that's outlandish.
Yeah.
That is, I think even Chris Pine's own agent or rep said that is just ridiculous.
Sure.
People are just spreading rumors and causing drama.
Right.
Harry Styles joked about it recently. But still never confirmed or denied whether he spit on Chris Pine. But in the video, if he didn't spit on Chris Pine, that was a very weird, random reaction to have to nothing.
Right.
So I don't know why Chris Pine randomly made that face,
or why Harry Styles randomly made that gesture or whatever the hell he did. Whatever, I don't know what he did. All I know is you're analyzing the body language.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Harry Styles does, but he does something that causes Chris Pine to react in a way that is how I would react if someone came around me and started talking about who they are.
Yeah.
And started spitting around my feet. If someone spit next to my foot, that's how I'd react.
Yeah.
And then Harry Styles does a thing where it's almost like he knows what he did and avoids it for a second, looks off a little, and then looks at Chris Pine as in like oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Like, yeah, I just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to tell too from that angle if he's looking at Chris Pine or past him.
Could be.
At someone down the aisle. But he does like look and almost wait, like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And then when nothing happens, then he goes, one of those little asshole.
Yeah, little asshole.
And then sits back in his seat like, it's very fake looking.
And it was like he could have been looking at Olivia Wilde.
Because she wasn't really, she had a weird face too.
That woman's starting to weird me the fuck out. I'll just say that.
Like her face was almost like, uh-oh, oopsie.
Yeah. Sure, she's starting to freak me out, that woman. Well, what was interesting is how Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde weren't even sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
And how Chris Pine was between them.
I think that if Chris Pine and Olivia Wilde in the movie, or if their characters are lovers in the movie, that makes sense, right? You sit the cast kind of like that.
Sure.
There's two things, though. Everyone knows about Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles.
Yes.
It's not a secret.
It's no secret.
So them sitting apart from each other is kind of like whatever. If they sat next to each other, it could be like, I don't know what fire they think it would fuel. Right. The fire's already there.
It's already there.
So them sitting next to each other would just probably cause more people to be like, see, they're sitting next to each other. It's true. Yeah, we know it's true.
We know.
They could have sat next to each other. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
Right.
And then they sit apart from each other. That just causes people to talk even more. And it's like, man, who cares anymore?
Yes.
And I'm just interested in why they all seem so disgruntled.
Yeah.
Distraught.
Like what's happening? Well, here's the biggest revelation of all this. Nick Kroll's in that fucking movie. I had no fucking clue.
I had no idea until Harry Styles made out with him
Yeah.
in the audience. And I said, is that Nick Kroll? What
Yep.
the fuck?
Didn't see him in one trailer.
No.
You know, it's just all of a sudden Nick Kroll's in this movie.
Yeah.
So that's odd.
Very random. I didn't know that either.
Very, very random. Yeah, it's not a secret. And Jason Sudeikis' heart has already been broken.
Mm-hmm.
The deed's been done.
Yeah.
And Jason Sudeikis served Olivia Wilde, I believe, some divorce papers or something while she was on a press conference.
Yeah.
So...
And she was disgusted by that.
Well, don't go fucking the pop star and leaving the Jason Sudeikis and the kids.
Yeah.
Because Sudeikis is a saint.
He's hilarious.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah.
And he deserves the world. I was also very interested in the Shia LaBeouf factor. Did you hear about this?
Dude. Okay, so that's the other thing about this movie.
Yeah.
We didn't know about Nick Kroll.
Right.
No clue Shia LaBeouf was originally a part of it.
Yep.
Also, how long has this movie been filming? Because I feel like they've been filming for like 5 years and it's just like all this shit's unloading now.
This feels like it was like one of those movies that got delayed by the pandemic and then
Probably.
and then they reshot.
That's my guess. Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
So to have Shia LaBeouf, so Shia LaBeouf was originally supposed to be Harry Styles' character. And Olivia Wilde, and I remember when those news stories were starting to come out, and she said that she fired his ass. And she said that she fired his ass because of his like method acting and shit. And that he wasn't creating a safe space on set. Well, who comes with the receipts but Shia LaBeouf?
Our guy.
Young Shia, our guy.
Young Shia.
In the midst of a redemption that I respect for. I agree. I you know, we need to hear from the victims too. But if John Bernthal wants to have him on the damn podcast, let John Bernthal have him on the damn podcast.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
He's at least taking responsibility. And so Shia comes with the receipts, and it's a video of Olivia Wilde pretty much begging him to stay. Mm-hmm. I won't be too extreme, but basically asking him not to go.
Yeah.
Asking him not to go from the movie and saying that Miss Flo, which is Florence Pugh, will get over it, basically. Which, I don't know, Florence Pugh was uncomfortable with Shia because of the allegations against him.
Yeah.
Understandable, even if that's the case.
Yeah.
And then, in a dramatic twist, the person who dressed Florence Pugh for the Venice Film Festival posted an Instagram post that said Miss Flo as like a dig, you know, to Olivia Wilde's little video that Shia came out with.
Ooh.
So Shia brought the receipts, and that's why that woman kind of freaks me out. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're like, you know, you're saying that you like fired Shia LaBeouf for his toxic masculinity and that you bring in this like pop star, you know, you start cheating on Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
And then supposedly they're just like banging all the time, and Florence Pugh's just like sitting around on set, like, what the fuck's going on? And then she's like, I guess she directed part of the movie herself.
Florence did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they were just off, you know, being little like little bunny rabbits.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So there was that. I mean, those have been some things that have been coming out.
Wow.
And Olivia, and then everyone who's seen this movie, and this is the time right now, man. If you're gonna make like a movie with like very feminist themes and stuff, like now more than ever, like that's what the people want. Like, the people are craving, you know, a strong feminist story, and even people are saying like in the reviews like that she just missed the mark on this one, and that it's just not a clear story, and the themes aren't really fleshed out. Which reflects pretty clearly to me, based on her actions, that she doesn't even understand like what she's trying to say. It seems like she's just trying to capitalize on a moment rather than actually speak from a true feminist perspective. I can't sit here as a man and say what a woman should be doing as a feminist, but I'm just saying, the receipts are there.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Olivia?
And I don't think this is her directorial debut, is it? She's done this before.
She did Booksmart, which is a great movie.
Yeah, she did Booksmart. I've never saw it, but I wanted to.
It's a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Saying her first rodeo.
Just wonder what happened. Regardless of what's true or what's not, clearly there were some tensions on this set surrounding this movie, and it makes me wonder why.
Right.
Where does it come from? What happened?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, there's something. There's something amiss.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, as a filmmaker, do you feel like the off-screen, environment translates to what goes up when it's all said and done?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it bleeds
Yep.
into it a little bit. So, I mean, who knows? When we see this movie, it might just be, or maybe all this stuff surrounding it is going to ruin it.
Right.
People won't be able to watch it with the same eyes.
Yeah, people are going to be more interested in thinking about what was happening off the camera.
Yeah.
Which is bad because this ties in with all the shit that's happening with Warner Brothers, because this is one of the 2 movies they're opting to release this year because they're fucking on the verge of bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And they're doing this and Black Adam.
What happened to Flashpoint?
They pushed it to 2023.
They did.
Again.
Because they're still trying to decide what to do with Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ezra Miller's getting help, and then they're pushing it back so that they can, come out of treatment and then I guess finally do press without starting a cult.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, if Ezra goes back to old behaviors, Ezra will have, a plot of land and some followers in no time.
Yeah.
So then, and some guns. Ezra Miller had some guns.
Did he?
And some followers.
Wow.
And some parents bringing their kids.
The Church of Ezra.
The prophet, I guess.
Yeah.
So Warner Brothers, I think they're done.
Ouch.
Which is going to be a problem if the MCU brings Kim Kardashian in and we need to jump ship to DC.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough ship to jump.
We're going to be jumping into nothing.
Yeah.
And we'll be floating aimlessly in the sea of, and then Jordan Peele will come by on a rowboat and offer his hand and say, I got you.
Exactly.
There's something this way.
Yeah. He'll take us in. He'll take us on a ride with Universal, I believe.
Yeah.
It's Universal, right?
I love Universal.
I love Universal.
Man.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. So, yeah, man, that movie just looks like a mess. I don't even know where to, I thought the wedding I shot was a mess.
Yeah.
That was a walk in the park compared to supposedly what's going on with this movie.
Yeah, that would be like if you were shooting that wedding and also sleeping with the bride and also you fired the groom because he was problematic, but then the groom was no, actually I opted out of the wedding altogether. I decided I didn't want to get married. I walked away.
Yeah.
And then, the wedding DJ put on the greatest show of all time, but it didn't really matter because everything was already all fucked.
That was the most beautiful analogy I've ever heard. That's exactly it.
I'm going to leave you with one more because there's actually one on Twitter and someone asked to describe what's happening with this movie.
Yeah.
In football terms.
Perfect.
So
football season's upon us. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it. Let me just scroll down a little. I've been on the Twitters a little bit. There's a lot of likes here. Okay. Someone please explain this to me in NFL terms. They said, coach is not so secretly sleeping with a player, making the entire team feel awkward, but especially the quarterback who is friends with the coach's wife. I believe that's Jason Sudeikis.
Yes.
Also, the wide receiver with domestic abuse allegations. The coach claims he cut for the quarterback's sake, posts a video proving he actually requested a trade. Then they say, wait, so what's Chris Pine's role in all this? Still missing that. They responded, nose to the grindstone tight end, just trying to make it through the season.
Boy, that is it. That is perfect.
So there you have it.
I think we should just leave it on that description.
I think that's where that's where
it.
we'll land off.
Period.
Period.
Case in point. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I mean,
no, I don't know what else, man. I mean, this episode here, we had recorded another episode.
Yep.
And
I'll take it away from here. Once again, we've had some mishaps here at Redband Podcast. We had a great, wonderful episode, really diving into what Elijah does in his line of work. Honorable, by the way.
Thank you.
Something spectacular over there because it's National Recovery Month.
Right.
So we had a little bit of a therapy, wellness check-in kind of thing, which was a very good follow-up to our creepy Backrooms episode.
Yes.
And somehow the footage file was just gone from my computer.
It was missing.
The universe didn't want the world to heal.
I guess not.
They didn't want them to get therapy.
Yeah, when you try to do good, things get deleted. But, we're ensuring that this episode doesn't get deleted by the universe because we are going to contribute to the social anxiety of society by talking about the Kardashians again.
We're fueling the demon fire.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. So this should be accepted.
This one should be good.
Unfortunately. And by the way, thank you all for the views and the attention on our Backrooms Dreamcore Liminal Space episode.
Yes.
That is by far our most viewed on YouTube.
Yep.
Our TikToks for that are blowing up. Follow us on TikTok, by the way.
Yeah.
Instagram sucks. I'm just going to say it.
Instagram sucks.
I know a lot of people are saying it. I'm going to say it again. Instagram really fucking blows.
Yeah. I need you to clip that and put it on Instagram like you did the last one.
I absolutely will.
Fuck
and
Instagram.
They will not show it to anybody because Instagram fucking blows.
It's okay. They'll hear it.
Yeah.
They'll hear it.
They'll get the message.
They'll know.
You guys might not see the reel because it'll get 2 fucking views and 1 like.
Yep.
And that 1 like will be from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it just sucks. We need another platform to go to share stuff. And I found one. Mm-hmm. I found one and I'd like to share it with you all today because I am on it. My personal account, I am on it now. Haven't posted anything.
Oh my gosh.
But it is called VERO, VERO. And they are claiming to be a true social platform. No ads.
Wow.
No algorithm.
Wow.
Chronological order of showing people stuff.
Okay.
If you post a picture that is like horizontal, on Instagram, you can't like do anything else with that.
Yeah.
Vero, if it's horizontal, you tap it and you turn your screen and now you can see it full size.
Beautiful.
In vertical photos too, you can tap it and it pulls it up full screen vertical.
Yeah.
It does very minimal compression. So if you're a photographer uploading high quality images, Instagram wipes their ass with it before they put it on their platform.
Yeah.
Vero does not.
Okay.
I found this app due to a YouTube creator that I love, Peter McKinnon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out.
He put me on. And so I'm on it now.
Perfect.
And I'll probably put Redband on there because we want to be able to show, here's the best part.
Yeah.
You ready for this one?
I'm so ready.
You can post links.
There you go.
What a concept.
Wow.
A social media app that lets you post links. Wow.
Who would have thought that
Who would have thought?
could be a thing?
Yeah. So shout out Vero.
Okay.
You all should hop on there. Follow me.
Yeah.
I'll put my Vero link in the description.
Bet.
And that's where I'm headed because Instagram, man, we're not getting views on there. TikTok, we're doing all right.
TikTok's going good.
We gained a lot of followers this week.
Yeah.
Got a lot of views, likes, comments.
It's fun.
But Instagram, see ya.
I'm interested in this Vero. I'm gonna look into it. I thought you were gonna say Moco Space. But
Moco Space.
That's not making a comeback yet. Yeah, Moco Space was like Mexican MySpace.
Wow.
Before, it was just like it was a wasteland. I mean, what else, it was a god awful place. But it was fun. and it was Moko Space.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
So, but you didn't say that, and that's okay. I'll work on the Moko Space comeback.
Yeah.
We'll get Redband on Moko Space. No, this is fun. Okay, I'm ready. I would love, maybe we'll get in with them.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll become like the Rogan of VERO.
That would be cool.
And it'll be like, like it won't be Netflix, but it'll be like we'll have like a Tubi original series,
Tubi. Man, you remember Quibi?
Yeah, well,
that lasted for like 3 months.
It'll be like a Quibi original series. It's not quite, HBO Max, but
yeah,
it'll be a start.
It'll be the HBO Max of social media.
Yeah, maybe it will be.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is exciting. I'm interested. So it was a bummer that video didn't get worked out.
Yes.
We're going to hold on to that, but that just reminded me of kind of a key thing that we said in that last podcast that is now not out there that we got to say now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yes. I think I know. Go ahead. I think I know what you're talking about.
So in the Backrooms episode,
yep,
there may or may not have been something lurking in the background.
Yes.
There may or may not have been something. If you thought you saw something, I'm not here to tell you whether or not you did.
Right.
Because I'm not quite sure either. But if you did see something in the background of our Backrooms episode and you took a screenshot of it, or if you will take a screenshot of it, the first 5 people to send us a screenshot of the Backrooms monster in our Backrooms episode in the background, okay,
yeah,
is going to get a piece of free merchandise from Redband Podcast.
Boom. Merch drop. Yeah, you will get the exclusive first dibs.
Yeah.
On our merch.
Yep.
So, like he said, if you've seen it, go back and watch it. See if you can find that thing. Because we have no DMs, which leads me to believe, 1, people don't give a shit.
Sure.
They're like, nah, fuck it. I don't need this shit.
Sure.
Fine. Okay. Or number 2, they didn't read the description and they have no idea that that's a thing.
Oh, you put it in the description too.
I put in the description like, hey, keep your eyes peeled.
Okay.
You might see something. If you do, first 5 people screenshot it.
Perfect.
Send it to us. Yeah.
That's good to know. I didn't know it was in the description because did I watch it? No, I'm just kidding. I definitely watched it. And honestly, I didn't have the heart to not spoil it for Ashley. And I warned her ahead of time because I didn't want her to have a panic attack while we watched the Backrooms episode.
She's like, I think I'm tripping.
And she thought and now I could have played it up and I could have been like, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
There. So yeah, man, obviously a lot of you've watched it.
Yeah, a lot watched it.
All you got to do is go back.
Yeah.
Watch it again, if you please. And if you want free merch, stop on the Backrooms Monster, take a screenshot, and send it to us.
Boom. That's it. That's all you got to do. The first 5. The first 5 to do it.
First 5.
You will get the merch.
Yeah. Unless you live overseas.
Yeah, I don't know how to ship that to like... Luckily, I don't think we have too many overseas listeners.
Yeah, I hope so, and I hope not.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So,
anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this was just a quick impromptu pop in.
Yeah.
A recover of the recovery episode, which, by the way, once we get our Patreon up, that full episode audio will be available to our Patreon subscribers.
Yep.
Because it's still good stuff. We have a lot of good content coming up. We do have a therapy-esque episode that we have in the books planned. With an author of a great book.
Yes.
I want to talk to her about it. And then October's coming up, people.
Toes.
And we are planning a great month of spooky, eerie, creepy stuff.
Yes.
Which we're super excited about. So this is kind of our casting call. If you've had a paranormal experience or some sort of weird shit, I don't know, glitch in the matrix even,
something
whatever.
Fucked up.
Message us.
Yeah.
We want to hear it. Even if you call in to this, like a radio show, even if you just call in and say your piece, we want it. We want it on the show. We want all the creepy, all the eerie, all the spooky.
Oh my God, I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to do calls.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
Can we do calls, Estevan?
Absolutely, we
Oh,
can.
I want to do calls.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're starting since now, putting out the casting call. If you or you know someone who's had this stuff, let us know because we want to have it on the show. Let's make this October one of the spookiest yet. In a good way, in an entertaining way.
In a fun, good, entertaining way.
Yeah.
Spooky seas. Hey, don't forget, the real monsters are the friends we made along the way.
Wow. Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
On that note, like, subscribe, share, and we will see you here next time.
Next time.